Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live, Wizards of the Wild West. We are at part number 9. We are rolling along. We left at a pretty dire set of circumstances last week. You guys went in, you just finished Agent Orange and REM, and you went in to meet Franz the Frog, and there were some wicked, a lot of wicked were there. So, I don't know. I don't know what tonight is going to entail. It's a very interesting story. We got a few things to get after. Before we start, how about a super chat shout out? Big shout out to Valar, Hello 99 Kills, Great Minds, Chalmers, PDL, Trivia, sponsors, bundles, Burn Coin, Kills Coin, you name it, we do it. I'm going to give you guys on time XP tonight because the emojis tonight are so big. So do me a favor, everybody. If you want on time XP, just type the words "so big" in chat right now, and we will give you on time XP, everybody. So let's get that taken care of, get it out of the way, and there you go. We do it. That's the way we roll. Go big or go home, right? Nicely done, everybody. All right, so the next thing we got to do, got to get down to a little bit of business. Those emojis are great, and they are a little bit more clear. I can see the difference. No joke. It does look like YouTube got a pretty good facelift there. What's up, Irish Dave in the house? Hey, anytime you can get in and join us, that's what we do. Everybody here, you are going to need pre-match buffs. You are in the fight of your life, so I'm going to take you to the video, Wizards of the Wild West. While we're watching that, give me your pre-match buffs, everybody. We got a very good first round going. You can see the Wicked Lost have formed around Franz and buffed a little bit of those attacks. We got a pretty good round of attacks. We got Mist trying to go with the silencing mode. No effect. Father Ron going to try to sneak by and see if there's an exit behind the top right waterfall. We'll get to you in a second, sneaky Ron. Dow going with Cosmic Violet. Summon Red Nolan. Craven Light, T10 Wedding Crasher. Valar, F4 Wedding Crasher. Football Master, T10 Cataclysm loaded. Bones, F5 Reds Revenge loaded. Kel, Max Seal the group. Justice, M7 Carnage. Deadly Dimes and Tiny's going to seal the group. Gemstone. Seal, move away from the Wicked. S8 Carnage to Franz. JJ, Summon Red Nolan. S8 Neon Arrow. B-Dub and Problem Child, F5 Freedom loaded. Busy also trying to slip over to the right. Look for an exit. All right, everybody, give me a number from 1 to 20, please. Give me a number from 1 to 20. Ron, you get to about right there. Busy, you get to about right there. All right, let's get this die roll going and see. Numbers 18. Football Master with the 18. Football Master has disappeared within the Lost. Cannot see him. Round 2, 30 seconds. Football has disappeared out of sight. Twenty seconds. Jim looking for an exit as well. Dr. Dye trying to find an exit. All right, got a few people attacking. We got Justice and Nolan, H9 getting loaded. Joey Arc Spark. Her and Gold Nolan, H9 Wedding Crasher loaded to the Wicked. Craven Light, Gas Blast to the Lost Wicked. Dow, H10, Red Gel Cosmic Violet, Thrill Smoke. We're going to try to summon Razul for the Death Strike. Red Nolan, S8 Vlad to Franz. Villar, Seal Speed Potion to where Busy is. Busy, Mythic Thorn. H9 Red's loaded to Franz. Kel, Red Nolan, S8 Red's Revenge. Dimes and Tiny. Yelling for Football Master. Interesting. You find him. Now I'm going to tell you. Football Master, you are dropped way over here to the side. And you feel like all of your strength has been fully depleted. All of your damage down to 0. As if it's been transferred over to Franz. First time I think we've ever had a stat drain and it build up one of your enemies. So Dimes, you find him. He's way over here on the left. All right, Dow. You got a 1 in 20 shot, and I'm going to tell you, you don't want to miss this one. Because there's going to be a whole lot of pain coming at you. I'm going to put you right there. All right, give me a number from 1 to 20, Dow. Dow's going to try to Death Strike Franz. He's going for the 20. You know, he's a brave man because that's a whole lot of lost. You guys might want to cheer him on because this is going to take a lot of abuse. You know what? I'm even going to I'm going to put you over here to the side because I just got a feeling it's going to get really ugly. All right, can he get a 20? Natural 20, and it is a 13. That is not what he wanted to see. Well, wait a minute. Villar says give him another shot. He's got a second chance. And it's a 1. Oh, this is going to get bad. That roll was so bad, that's what they call in D&D. What happens if you roll a 1 in D&D? You fumble. Villar, I'm going to put you over here to share some of this abuse. Because when you roll a 1, it's the worst you can get. Dow, you got a partner in crime right now. All right, let's go to Mist. Give him another reroll. So close. It was a 19. So close. Oh, wait a minute. You guys never got your legendaries back. Thank you, Ron. I'm going to give Ron extra XP for being honest. You bunch of sneaky legendary rollers. Look, Look at all the people are like, shut up, Ron. Shut up, Ron. Ron. Ron with the extra integrity. Dime's like, what the hell? All right, well, we tried the Razul. Luckily, Villar's roll never counted. I'll put you over there. But here's what does count. This is going to be XP abuse. Wicked. Wicked. All right, the formation changed a little bit. Round 3, 30 seconds, everybody. Take a look at where you are on the map. Round number 3. Get your moves in. Busy Bee, Summon Mythic Rocky. I'm 7 catted to Franz. Ron's going to keep checking for an exit. No exit, Ron, but you make a little noise, and you're pretty close to those wicked lost. Jim, there really isn't much more room that Ron hasn't already ventured across. Bone's starting to move over. Villar and Red Nolan, T10 Monster Super Thrill to Franz. Julie H9 Gas Blast loaded. He starts to move a little bit. Taking little damage. Dime's going to Talon Zack over to the other side and Warrior Charge to Busy. BWMPC going to move away from the Wicked. H9 Red's Revenge loaded. S7 Neon Era Red Gel to the Red Lost. JJ shoots the Red Lost. They are coming down towards you. You're still at the bottom of the map. Now H9 Gas Blast and Grizz. Tiny going to move around. Dow's still completely covered in lost. Losing XP by the second. All right, everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. Got a pretty good feel for where everybody is on the map right now and what's going on. Currently Dow's in some pretty rough shape. All right, 20-sider coming up. Number 19. 19 yet again. Nobody with a 19. I would consider that a good round. All right, let's go to round number 4. Round number 4. 30 seconds. Get your attacks in. Ron, T10, Gas Blast, and Grizz. To the lily pad. It moves. Julia's going to try to Talon Dow. Talon disappears into the first red lost. Valar going to try to Talon Dow. It disappears into the blue lost. He's down there somewhere. Does not get through. JJ going to try to Talon Dow. Disappears into another blue lost. Think I see him. All right, looks like we got a few more Gas Blast and a few more Grizz. Knocks him over to the other side. There is a lighter colored cavern underneath the lily pad. Dow is going to Sly Smoke over to the lily pad. You get to about right there. All right, maybe a decent round. Everybody give me a number from 1 to 20, please. End of round number 4, 1 to 20. Number is 11. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dimes. No, no. They're after you, Dimes. They didn't quite get to you, but they're on their way. Round number 5. 30 seconds, everybody. Round number 5. Ron, you find a cavern opening right there with stairs leading up. All right, looks like got a few people. You see daylight and you hear running water at the top. Like a bunch of flickering lights. All right, I think everybody speed potioned and tried to make a break for it, from what I could gather. And yes, the exit was hiding under Franz's lily pad. Minimal damage. All right, everybody. Underneath the tree walks out Morgan. All right. We got Father Ron's going to seal the group. Miss throwing a katana. Bones, you know what I'm going to say already, right? In my personal experience, people don't usually like to talk to you when katanas are thrown at them and standard ammo is shot at them and grizzes are thrown at them and all of the above. In the form of a grenade. Here's a chocolate-covered grenade for you. Take a bite of it. See what happens. You know, JJ, I'm wondering that. It just, it never happens. It's always shoot first. They got to be bad. Make them mad. You know, I'm not really sure how you're going to get to that tree. I mean, there's a huge waterfall. It sounds good, but you pretty much have to go through Morgan in order to get to the tree. All right, everybody, give me a number from 1 to 20. This is very important. Number 8. All right. No one got it. Okay. This time, only the people who RSVP'd for Swarm tomorrow night. Give me a number from 1 to 20. If you RSVP'd for Swarm tomorrow night, give me a number from 1 to 20. Now you guys have an idea who you might be running with tomorrow night, right? So you can maybe formulate some strategies. Number 8 again. I'm going to roll it again. Number 13. Justice. I will message you shortly. Pay attention to your messenger messages later on in the stream. Okay, Morgan took a few attacks. started speaking in a different language. And transformed into Boone. Boone, the deadly firefly. 30 seconds, everybody. Get your moves in. All right, we got Justice. T10 Geddon to Boone. Craven Gold Firefly to Boone. S8 Standard Ammo. Julia Summon Amari to Boone. S8 Navy. Bones Ace Moxie S8. F5 Neon Era Red Gel to Boone Max Spark. Red Hannibal S8 Standard Ammo. Missed F4 M80 loaded. Dr. Die Standard Ammo loaded Red Gel. Problem Child B-Dub sending Fireflies back. Ron H9 Carnage to Boone. Gold Blitz T10 Super Whammo. Kel T10 Freedom loaded. All right. Now I'm going to tell you. As those attacks got close, you noticed the light absorbed them. And now it is time for you to feel the wrath of all of that magic. Everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. This is the You Light Up My Life attack. Really? Thank you, Dr. Die. Somebody got it. I mean, you know, all right, here we go. Let's see whose life is going to be lit up. Number 15. I mean, not bad. What's another attack? Double Trouble. Number 3, 15 and 3. Oh, the problem child. And Father Ron. Watch this. Ron melts down to nothing. Nothing. Ron is trying to prevent it, and you see him, he's just like a melted candle, Father Ron. All that magic, all that damage was way too much for Ron to prevent. Boone flies back up into the tree. 30 seconds, round number 2. Wake ring is unsuccessful. And you don't have it. Would make it even more unsuccessful. It's twice as unsuccessful since you don't have it. A mark to the tree. S6 Navy, Justice. F5 Carnage loaded. To Boone. Busy asking for a ride. I love it. Grenades are launching, Busy. Excuse me, Miss Firefly, could you give me a ride? Craven Light with the darkness smoke. Now, and Jim with the darkness smoke. Maybe there was a hint in the song. You light up my life. NBC and Navy. Maybe the smoke was a hint. Got a couple more attacks to get in. All right, it is pitch black. Let's go to round 3. Round 3, you are in darkness. 30 seconds. Miss gonna go Katana. Busy B, M7 Inferno. Dime's gonna put on some night vision. I don't know, Dimes, look over to the left. I'll tell you what you see. Julia, summon Mythic Blitz. Valar, Blue Gel. Craven, S8 Lithium loaded. Ron with the Love Boat. F5 getting loaded to Boone. S8 Lithium. All right, the darkness smoke has worn off. Everybody give me a number from 20. Somebody's going to light up my life. B-Dub and MPC is going to summon Nolan's S8 Wedding Crasher. All right, let's get these die rolls in. Number 9, Boone only has the power to do a single attack this time. But apparently it's a pretty good one. Busy B. Watch this. Oh, man. Busy. Look, with precision accuracy. Watch that. Navigating between two factions. Look at that. And Busy. Melted like a candle. Look at that. Busy is toast. Boone disappears. Morrigan reappears. The Wicked Lost is closing in. "30 seconds. Ron and Jim, in my experience, when requesting passage, It's not likely to happen when people are Max Spark, attacked by Nero, and T10 Wedding Crashers. KLS6 Navy. To the Druid staff. Yeah, I mean, I think Bones is pretty scared. Right, Dimes? Yeah. You have a chocolate explosion. That's disgusting. All right, people are bloodthirsty. They are, Ron. Ten more seconds. Get your moves in. All right, it was there were a few attacks. I'll tell you what you see. As Morgan starts to chant a little bit. Meanwhile, the Wicked Lost is in attack range. Everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. This is an attack from the Wicked Lost. All right, let's get that die roll in, everybody. Number 17. Oh, my. You know, Julia, something about the Wicked Lost and stealing your XP and your stats. Julia is literally floating over the body of water in the left orbital socket of the Lost. Round 4. Everybody get your moves in. 30 seconds. Julia, you were in a no magic zone. You were literally blocked out by the Wicked Lost. And the flight smoke is going to drop all the way down. So here's my question. What happens when you're in the air and you try to use a smoke? Who can help me with that? It drops all the way to the ground. Red's revenge. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Justice and Dimes are throwing grenades at the Lost in hopes that, you know what, I like this. I like this combo move. Okay, I'm going to give you a shot at it. It might work. But I'm going to tell you, the odds are not very good. So Justice and Dimes are throwing grenades to get Julia to drop. Dow is going to throw an ejection bomb and detonate to try to eject Julia out of the water and back to the group. Now, if it doesn't work, she's going to drown. Okay? She might be a good swimmer, but not today. She's got all her armor on. Remember, you guys got your armor. Can't swim in all that armor. All right, so first part of this is the grenade. The grenade works. Y'all got the Lost attention. Julia drops into the water. Now, Dow, you need to give me a 1, 2, 3, or 4. You got a 1 in 4 chance. Of hitting with the ejection and detonating. He says number 1. Let's see. It's a 3. No. Sorry, Julia. She disappears into the dark abyss of this magic lake. It just didn't let her go. Death. All right, she res and restore. All right, B-Dub's going to start some negotiations. All right, everybody. 30 seconds. Get your move in. Round 5. Ron, you're flying, but you got nowhere to fly to. You can only go up 30 feet. All right, Craven Light. Sacrifice 2% of his XP. She definitely does not need money. It's a druid. Now, Craven, that was a generous offer. But on loan. Nah, maybe not loan. I will tell you. Loves magic items. Not sure you're going to get anywhere with XP. And with that, you got the loss to the left. You got a druid that loves magic and loves magic items. So that is a great place for you guys to think about it until next week. Maybe you guys can strategize something or do a little research and come up with an offering that is worthy of the goddess Morrigan allowing you to pass. All right, so I did say we're going to close a little bit early tonight. So I'm going to, Justice, I'm going to send you a message you can share with the group. So, Justice, if you can share that with the group and tell them what you see. You can tell them in chat, like YouTube. You can post it in game. All right. Now, Justice just shared that with you all. Who signed up for Swarm tomorrow night? Give me a 999 because that is where you're going to start. You will pick up here next Friday, but the cottage down the path to the right holds clues that you're looking for the Castle of Gavel. So this is the perfect stopping point. Now, as the game master, I am going to, you guys know, especially people that are watching, we play a fantasy role-playing game, much like World of Warcraft, Dungeons & Dragons, probably a combination of the two. Maybe more toward the Dungeons & Dragons, but a lot more visual. And in Dungeons & Dragons, you have a dungeon master. I am the game master and present the story for everybody. And sometimes we got to talk about rules, regulations, events, the portal, a couple other things. So I'm going to transfer all of you guys out of game into the Kills Council Chamber. Okay, this is my council chamber. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about a couple things, and we're talking about gear, a few announcements that are super important. We can't always make everybody's schedule because we have people that work during the day. We have people that we can't get everybody on a call. But we got some major things happening in our portal, in the timetable in our portal. Gear, I'm going to open up for some Q&A. Most of you have probably heard what we're doing. I spent about 4 hours today on purging, and I'm going to show you just a little couple diagrams and how some things are going to work out for the purge, for rusting, and what you can expect. I am super nostalgic. I'm very excited about how this is going to transpire. So let me start by saying today I started the purge. So in inventory, There are 38 different types of ammo. There were. There are only 5 that are relevant. So instead of just making and telling you items are going to be obsolete, what we did is we purged the 35 pieces of ammo that are not going to be used in the game. And we left, 33, and we left the 5. So when you get your inventory next week, it is going to have Diablo, Whammo, Super Whammo, Standard 10, and Spray AP. And it will have nothing else as far as ammo. It'll be concise. It'll be easy to get to. You'll start to restock it. You'll be able to sort through it. And it'll be very, very easy for us to put on the portal. That's important. We went through a migration a couple years ago and going from Excel to QuickBooks Enterprise. And now we're getting closer and closer to our own pictures, descriptions, all of the above. Now, that might not sound like a huge savings to you all. But there are 1,059 pieces of armor in the game. Now, let me type that up so you guys can see it. A 1,059. Many of those completely different, customized. If you venture to guess of how long it would take us to get all of that entered, it would take us weeks to get the armor. Next week, there will be Wasteland armor, a transitional armor called Portal armor, and we will be rolling out a brand new set on Wednesday that I'm not telling you, but if I get some 999s, I will show you a video on Monday night, in the match Monday night, to show you what the armor is and what it's going to be called. How about that? It is not Alpha. It is not called Alpha. But I will have a presentation for everybody. So here's kind of the way it works, okay? If you have any armor, Destroyer, Slayer, any of those things, those pieces will be a portal set of armor. They will be flattened out to the stats I'm about to show you, reset, and the abilities will be unified. So instead of a Destroyer Black, Destroyer Red, it'll be a portal piece. And the only abilities on the gear are going to be the abilities that we go with in the portal gear. So there is no Slayer ability. There is no Destroyer ability. But next Wednesday, you will have 17 pieces of portal gear, the entire set. And you have 17 abilities. Probably not 17 abilities because some of them stack. But more than likely 15 abilities. When you purchase the first piece of the next set, we're not telling you the name, but you'll find out Wednesday, you will activate all of your abilities. If you do not have a current set piece, you will still have the gear, you'll still have the stats, but you will not have the ability to use the gear abilities. So you may pick up, if you can't get the entire set, you may want to get one piece of it. It'll be your piece of gear. You'll be able to upgrade it. Or you may have some people in factions that might pick up that piece of gear for you in order to unlock the abilities. There's still going to be floater gear. Floater gear is going to be current. And what we also decided to do is we have 4 NPCs in the game. We have Problem Child, we have Skylight, we have Tiny, and we have Rei-Jin. As long as each faction maintains the 4 purchased set pieces, they will get the floater gear, and their NPC will also have gear. So that would be 6 sets of gear in your faction, which is more than we've ever done. So really, really cool changes, and this is how the rust effect and the consolidation goes into effect. You will be able to gem things, you will be able to glyph things. And when we get through this next set, you'll have the portal set, the next set, you'll also be able to gift the gear to people again. Every new player that starts the game will start out with portal gear. So each of you will all have portal gear. You'll have it in your inventory. Some will get a jump start and will have the brand new gear. A lot, most will. We have a lot of people that buy the gear. And then at the end of that set, that gear will be giftable or sellable in the auction house. I would expect, even if you do not purchase the gear, I would save up your dead dimes. I would win some contests because a lot of these players are going to be leveling up their gear and then putting on the auction house for you to bid on and buy. So if I see somebody with a, as Craven said, alpha helmet, and it's been upgraded 3 times, and somebody else has an alpha helmet upgraded 5 times, and one's cheaper, I might bid, and they're going to want those dead dimes. So the currency is important. I'm going to show you a couple armor samples, but I'm going to tell you the purge is going to be hundreds of items. There's only going to be the 2 most recent gems are going to be all that's in effect. We're not going to go back. All those old gems that mean nothing will not be in your inventory. Your inventory is going to be much, much less. We're probably going to ask for a volunteer from your faction to do the date of entry. So it could be Dimes might now have Amy's inventory once it's shortened and do all the data entry, and I'll go behind and I'll spot check it. Julia may do all of Ark's data entry, and I'll go behind and spot check it. Kel would do all, so I'll have the inventory printouts, so it'll make it so it's not just overwhelming for one person to get all of that stuff in there. And now we don't have to create all the old stuff because it's obsolete. So it's going to be current and the most fresh. All right, I'm going to open up for questions in a minute, but let me show you a sample. And this gets me really excited too. Okay. Now, I loved the Destroyer gear. Loved it. So I have a picture of, that's the Destroyer red mask. You can see, it's beautiful. Health 850, damage 750, all these big numbers, base 250, armor pen 180, and barrage 2. Now, the black and purple had similar stats, a little bit different, but then had another ability. So because the ammo is Diablo, Whammo, Super Whammo, Standard, and AP10, and it'll be on your inventory next weekend. It'll be the only 5 things on your inventory next weekend. Feel free to use whatever you want Monday and Tuesday because it won't be there. Or Monday and Wednesday because it won't be there by the weekend. All right, so Destroyer gear is going to become, are you guys ready for the stats? As of Wednesday, this is going to be your Destroyer helmet. The Portal helmet. Health 6, damage 4, base 3, AP1, and Barrage 2. Now, bonus points, because I know you guys, some remember, but some, you never had the pictures. Can anyone tell me the importance of that portal helmet? It's tough, right? It's tough. Nope. It is. The first PvP helmet that we ever had in Play Dead Live history. We are going to reboot the artwork for the portal set. Now you might remember, because you haven't seen this picture in 3 years. This is the first PvP helmet we ever put into the game. And the stats were H2, AP1. That is the only stats that were on this piece of gear. So now we're bringing it back. More health, with damage, with base, and with a barrage ability. So you're going to get to keep a piece of the game, those of you that have been here. And now your stats are going to be manageable. They're still going to have the same percentage modifiers. The set that rolls out on Wednesday will be substantially higher than the portal set. And of course, different abilities. So you'll be unlocking new abilities. Questions. What questions do you have? Because I wanted to stop early tonight to open it up for your questions, your thoughts. I got some great portal information today. I think Julia got on, did a little bit of testing. We got some good notifications. You can kick people out of guilds now. Yeah, that is a Tron Blue. There's significance to that too. But this is going to be the first piece of gear that we enter on the portal. Notifications light up. You are going to have the ability to view all your notifications. You're going to have the ability to delete all your notifications. Weapons will be flattened as well. Inventory is going to go out next weekend. All right, so I did several calls today. Here's the other thing I'm going to do for you guys. I talked to a small group, and this just made too much sense. It's been 2 months since we've done an inventory. Any upgrades that you've done since the last inventory, I am not going to deduct the items if it's a weapon or an armor or a personal upgrade you've done to yourself. You will keep those skins and you will turn them into relics. And after inventory comes out, you can start upgrading your portal gear in the brand new set. So I'm not taking those away. They're not lost in transition. All those skins you're going to keep, with the exception of your pets. I am going to upgrade your pets. What I'm also going to ask you guys to do is each person that did upgrades, I'm going to require you, I have to require it. So I don't have to search for it, so we don't have to do it. You have to send me a consolidation list. Don't put your weapon upgrades on there. Don't put your armor upgrades on there because I'm not deducting it from you. You're keeping it. What you're going to send to me is items that you traded, items that you gifted, and your pet upgrades. That's it. That's all I'm asking you guys to send me by next week. You can send that to me anytime between now and next Friday. Should be very, very easy, a very short list. It should also make inventory very fast. Because now with inventory, all I have to do is get all the items that you purchased in there, all of your box events. We had a couple box events in there. So a lot of boxes. Brand new legendaries. And then I'm going to get your items used. And then you're going to get an inventory with flattened stats, a lot of items purged, and your new items in there. Several items will be rusted or lowered. Gems will. Glyphs will. Weapons will. You can already see the portal will. Pets will not. I'm not changing any of the stats on the pets. I'm going to put a negative modifier on the pets. So if somebody has 100 health, obviously that pet that hits for 250 damage is not going to hit for 250. It'll hit for a percentage of that. So pets will have a modifier where it's not 1-to-1 ratio. We've done that throughout the game. So similar to nothing has changed with that. Legacy items will not obviously be purged. They're legacy items, so they'll stay. Even if it's legacy armor, your tank vest will still be your tank vest. Stats will change. The new set that's coming out on Wednesday will be the highest stats in the game. No. If you're talking about Dimes, you talking about gems and glyphs? I'm going to give those to you as well. I want you to keep them. Look, we're going through a major shift. So, no, I'm not taking all your gems and all your glyphs. You keep those and put those into new gear. So, you're not sending me items used. You're going to send me gifted items that you gave to someone else, trades that you've done, and pet upgrades. It's that easy. Everybody, whatever you're sending me should be like one little small section of like maybe 10 things. How many people in stream right now have played since day one when we first rolled out the very first pieces of gear? Day number one. You were here in January 2019. 2020, I guess. So you guys get it. You guys know. We're not going to rush the portal gear. This is a one-time event. It is transitioning us. It's going to transition us to a bright future where your gear is going to be several ways to acquire it. Buy it, trade it, dead dime buy it, auction house it. So I think you're going to spend a lot more time on the game. And I'm going to get to spend a lot more time creating content for all of you. The one thing that I've always loved about this game is when I can give you guys a story or a scene or a villain or an experience that's unique. It's unique to gaming. It's unique to D&D. You know, where Craven will see Morrigan and like, oh, I know she's a druid, and I know what she does, and all of a sudden you're confronted with something from either another game, another story, mythology, and so many different options that we have with Play Dead Live, and we can incorporate all of that into our experience without the mods and myself spending a ton of time on inventory. We're going to get inventory back to how fast and efficient it was in the beginning. And when we invent new items, they're going to be items that will grow with you. And I have no doubt that we'll get up to a point where the numbers will be high at some point. A year or two down the road, they might be back to where they are now. But we've already got all that data input, and we got the relics attached to it, so it's going to be perfect to grow it that way. Other questions? Look, I got you guys in the middle of a live stream, and I love doing the Q&A right now. So anything that you want to type it, ask it. The average purge, just so listen to kind of this time frame. For me to purge one person's armor is a 3-minute load time. I have a template and I hit one button, but for the data to calculate and just remove that from your inventory is 3 minutes per person. Now, that's a long load time. But can you imagine that 3 minutes just to do one person's armor would probably take us 24 hours. Define together. What do you mean by together? Do you mean will trigger pets be with pets? Will pets be with pets? Will pets that came in sets be with pets? Like all under the same category? Because I'm inclined to say yes, but it depends on how we catalog it. So however we catalog it is how it will show up. The neat thing about the portal, and we kind of have that ability too, is with the enterprise software, we have a little bit of an ability to catalog it different. It's kind of armor dash destroyer dash something else. Well, Flyrod, here's the beauty of the portal. You're gonna number one, you have a pet stable. But number two, you're going to be able to scroll down on the portal and just hit pets, and all of them are going to show up. Pictures of them are going to show up. So it's very visual. It'll be alphabetical. And I think with pets, it'll just be alphabetical. I don't think we have any other battle pets should. I got to look. Do we have a category for battle pets? I'm not sure. But that's the other thing. There's a search feature, Flyrod, and that's what makes it really cool. I have no doubt that when the portal rolls out, it's going to be everything that you guys want. I mean, think about it. Right now, you get a email, and look, it's a heck of a lot better than it was 3 years ago when we used to cut and paste Excel and stick it up on the screen. And you guys had to take a picture of it, and that was your inventory. So it is better because it is a PDF. But it is like night and day of what you're going to be able to do. I mean, just inventory alone. We have full descriptions. We have stats in boxes, not in dialogue boxes. We have pictures of all the pets. We have a search feature, a sort feature. So you're going to get so many more tools in the portal that it's just going to be second nature to go in and just like type the first 3 or 4 letters and bam, the pet pops up. In addition to that, Fly Rod, what you're going to be able to do is the bag feature. Here's what you could do if you really, really want to be crafty. We have 5 bags. Take your 25 favorite pets. This sounds wrong the way I'm going to say it. Take your 25 favorite pets and put them in a bag. But no. See, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is kind of a workaround. You open up the bag and you drop those pet avatars in the bag and print it out, and now you're getting ready to play and you got a pet bag. And then all you got to do, if you use that pet, you just highlight through it. So the bag feature is going to create a mini inventory for you. You can print out your whole inventory if you want, or you can just put items in the bags, and then you got 5 bags. And then next match, you can sub those out if you want. If I'm playing, I'm probably going to have like maybe 3 bags. I'll have like my legends and my weapons in a bag, but I'll also be on my CRS. Smokes, potions in a bag, and then probably my pets. And I'll print that out and have 3 sheets of paper. And while I'm playing, I'll have a highlighter. It's like, just use that. Oh, just use my S8. And then, I'm playing, watching the game, and I type, all right, unholy smoke, use this. And then after I'm done, X through that. And then I'll be able to see exactly what I have left. And that wasn't really the feature of the bag, but when I saw what the bag system did, that immediately was what I was going to use it for. Like, and we're going to do matches where I'm only going to allow you guys to use 50 items. And I'm going to say you have 2 bags. Fill up both those bags and send them to me so I can have that in front of me and make sure that you only use those. And when you use it, I'm going to mark through it. Just to get people in the habit of doing that before every match. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be easier, less time consuming. Even with your CRS, you're going to be able to put that gear on. You're going to be able to go in and put this portal helmet on. You click one button and your stats just populate. And then 2 months later, you buy Alpha helmet, whatever the new set is. You click this to take it off. You click the new one, it puts it on, and adds your new stats in there. We've created an inventory engine that allows us to build the game around it. And it's a great question. But you're going to be very excited about the inventory feature. That is first and foremost. A lot of it is. This portal does not look like the original template that I sent them. We've added to it. You guys have modified. You guys have given your feedback. The game has changed. And the portal encapsulates everything that we've grown into over the last year. Does anybody have any questions? Like, what's going to happen with this item? What's going to happen with that item? I mean, if not, I'm super stoked that you guys don't have any questions. If everybody gets it, understands that the stats are changing, destroyer gear, slayer gear, gladiator gear, all that gear is going to now become one set of gear. We're basically taking 15 different sets of gear and turning it all into one portal set. And then on Wednesday, we're rolling out a brand new set of gear with new abilities and new stats. And they're going to be very, very low. So here's a question while we're purging it. Let's say that PvE gear, wasteland gear. That's it. One set, and it's wasteland. If you don't have wasteland gear, there will be a new set that'll roll out soon-ish. And I'm sure there's going to be some wasteland gear that's going to end up on the auction house. And I would fight to get a hold of it if you don't have the new set. So there's going to be one set. So you'll have portal gear, wasteland gear, which will be the two current, and then a brand new set that'll roll out starting on Wednesday. So this question came up. Absolutely. Big shout out to Karen, y'all. Can you guys do me a favor? Just everybody, type in chat right now, go Jim. Because she suggested something today, really, really cool. So Jim suggested that we set up a chat for auction items. And I was like, why don't we create a messenger chat and call it PDL Auction House? Because she said, is there a way I can request items from the auction house? Is there a way we can tell people that? And I was like, yeah, we can. Messenger. So we're going to set up a Play Dead Live messenger chat, which is going to be like the trade chat in World of Warcraft. And if you post an item, and it won't be my cat pictures and other stuff that I like to put in various chats, won't be us talking about our day or a lot of stuff that we do in normal chat. It'll be a PDL auction house chat, and you'll be able to go in there and say, hey guys, I just posted this. And then people will see it, and it'll tell them, I better get on and bid on it. Or somebody might say, hey, did you guys see Kills just posted a Judas? And somebody announces it. Or somebody might say, hey, I'm looking for some relics. And then if I see that in there, I might say, okay, I'll go post some in the auction house. It's going to be like a 24/7 chat feature. And the cool thing about it is you guys will be able to self-regulate it. So we don't have to worry about people coming in and, making stupid comments or posting suspect pictures. And if we put that type of feature on the portal, the mods would always be having, would have to go in and look to see, did somebody say something they shouldn't have said, or did they post a picture that should not be on our website? So it's a really, really good idea. So Jim, appreciate that. This is the way ideas grow. This is the way our game continues to develop. So having a 24/7 chat in Messenger that just focuses on the auction house. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to police that. And if politely police it. If somebody comes in there and they start talking about their flat tire, then just politely say, hey, can you discuss that in general chat? Because we want to keep this chat open for trades, wants, needs, celebrating an auction house win, not just random chat, because then it's just going to change the nature of the chat. So, again, you don't have to be rude with it, but just remind people that, yeah, you can go in and talk, but you want to talk about the auction house items. And if you want to talk about other stuff, whether it's the game or whether something else is going on, thank you. Bonnie's going to whack you with a tire iron if you start talking your noise in the wrong chat. And we do want people to be social, but kind of respect what it is that people are trying to do. Some people don't want the small chit chat. They want to come in, they want to post, hey, I got an auction up, and then they want to get out. And they don't want to have to leave that chat because it's more personal stuff. There is a brand new button. Julia, did you see the new button in the auction house? All right, so a couple things. My auctions now says my auctions. My bids now says my bids. This is really cool. If you haven't logged into the portal yet, you won't see it. Under the My Auctions section, there's a new button that's added, and it says something along the lines of, take me to inventory for auction items or something. So now you can just go into My Auctions and hit a button, and it goes to your inventory as a shortcut so you can list items from your inventory. So they added a brand new button that sort of takes us there and makes it easier for you guys. So I love that too. All right, so while I'm waiting on a couple questions, I'm going to give you guys an example. So I want you to put on your thinking caps and think with me to see what you think would happen. All right, we have a player. Used to be a player. Still has some inventory on the side. Just signed up for a Patreon account. So maybe they signed up because, we're doing a lot of Walking Dead again. But maybe they got a urge to play some Play Dead Live again. And they still have items in inventory. So what would happen if that player came back to their armor and they came in and said, oh, well, yeah, I haven't, played for a year, but I got this Phantasm armor, and Phantasm armor's like H300. So what would happen in that situation? Because you guys are going to be using alpha gear or beta gear. It's going to be like H20, H30. It's purged. It's gone. It is not even in their inventory any longer. So all that has been purged, and it is portal gear. So it doesn't exist. So if a player comes back, they're not going to have this gear that has stats higher than your gear. That's why it was so important to do this purge. And especially when the portal is there, every player that signs up is going to get portal gear. Every player is going to have a portal set. But portal gear is going to become obsolete really, really quickly because there's a brand new set coming out on Wednesday. So if a player joins in a month, yes, they will have some startup gear. And they're probably going to want to get on the auction house and buy even more. I got about 10 more minutes. What other question do you guys have? Hey, you guys got me. 100%. Any questions you want to ask about the game right here, right now, directly from the creator, inventor, maker, portal, whatever. Anything you guys want to know. And part of the reason why I wanted to do this, I wanted you guys to hear it first person, and then, people will still help you with it. So a couple things. By Wednesday, every piece so Tammy, every piece of portal gear are going to be these stats. Okay? So that portal helmet, the artwork's going to change. You can take that times 17. You know what? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Ray knows what's up. 999 Army, if you ain't gaming with us, you are not doing it right. And that is exactly the type of support that the veterans of this game, as we bring new people into the game, we're going to bring them into these small stats so they get it. Because that's where we were when we started. So we know how to navigate through that. We know how to gem our gear and glyph our gear and put the relics on it. They don't. They're going to get this gear. It's like, what do I do with it? What do I do with it? You guys are going to be like upgrading it fast. It also, believe it or not, I have probably introduced some gear and some items that weren't always the most successful. So this really gives me a chance as well as a creator to get the stats right and to do things smarter this time around. Like instead of one piece of Raven gear plus another piece of Raven gear equals this piece of Raven gear, now we have crafting. So now you can go Wasteland to Red Wasteland, Red Wasteland to Gold Wasteland. It just makes too much sense. Instead of Wasteland Epic 1, Wasteland Epic 2, Wasteland Epic 3, Fuse, Dimes, Epic 5, Fuse, Dimes, Epic 6. So it's fixing a lot of things. All right, so Dimes and Dow, two parts to your question is everybody's CRS is going to be very, very similar on Monday. You got 16 pieces of gear up to this point. Well, you got 17. But then on Wednesday, you're going to get the portal band. So the way you would write your CRS for Monday is take each one of these stats and multiply them times 17. Now, when the new set comes out on Wednesday, the following CRS, you're going to have a helmet that's going to have much higher stats than the portal helmet. So then you'll start to see that stat increase. And you can add, if you've got extra relics, you can start to upgrade the portal gear. Or you can save those relics as the new set gear comes out. My goal is to have the portal up in 30 days. So yes, there will be several pieces of gear, another box event that'll happen, that we'll have to put those items into the portal as well. And some of those will be customized items. But Here's what we're more than likely to do. And this number one would make it fun for you guys, but it would also make it much, much easier. Let me see how many people would like to do this, okay? How would you like to, between now and the portal, you upgrade your helmet? You say, okay, I've got a alpha helmet, and I'm going to put a prime relic, or 10 prime armor skins. So the difference between the portal and right now is you take 10 prime skins, and you apply 10 skins to an item and increase it 10%. In the portal, you are going to buy a prime relic with 10 skins. So there's one more step. And then you're going to take that relic and apply it to the gear yourself. Everybody understand that? Right now, you send me 25 Onyx skins, and I increase your weapon 25%. What you're going to do now is you're going to take those 25 skins and go into crafting and exchange it for one Onyx relic, and then you will take that Onyx relic and you will apply it yourself. Same thing, but you're purchasing something to add to it. So if you would like to, you can upgrade the items as you get them. You get that alpha helmet. It's not called alpha, but I'm going to call it alpha. I've said that multiple times. I don't want you to think, where's the alpha gear? All right. So let's say Dimes puts a prime, 10 prime skins on her alpha helmet, and she has a new CRS. You know, CRS she's still doing. How would you like it if you kept a log of that, and then when we roll out the portal, we just put in the non-modified helmet and give you the relic so you can do it yourself? Would that be cool? That way you can practice doing it more, and then we don't have to create custom items for each one of you. All I have to do is Dimes can say, hey, Kills, I upgraded this twice. Or I don't even take them out of your inventory, and you just do it yourself, which is even better, because that way I won't deduct them. So what we'll do is we'll let them accumulate, and then I'll give you the non-upgraded helmet, and then you can just go back, and then you can apply them yourself without me taking them out. They give them back to you. They'll still be in there. So I think that's perfect, because it's going to be so easy for you to do it. No. You do not keep the current gems and glyphs on it, Tammy, because this is going to be, so I'm not charging you for the gems and glyphs, but this portal piece right here, and this portal piece, here's the difference. One gem socket and one glyph socket. So you have to re-gem it and re-glyph it. And I'm not going to deduct those out of your inventory. And when we go live, you will have to put the gems and the glyphs in there for your CRS again. So what you're going to do is you'll have a portal helmet with these stats. You'll put a glyph on it. You'll put a gem on it. And you'll have your new stats, which, because the gems and glyphs are going to be nerfed too. So this piece of gear might be H8, depending on what type of gem and glyph you want to use. One gem, one glyph, and do the stats. I'm not going to take it out of your inventory. And then when we go live in the portal, you'll get this picture right here. And then you'll be able to put your relics on, put your gems on, put your glyphs on. And if you change them, you change them. It's okay. It's not going to be 100%. Nope. Everything is reset. There will be a compensation packet. All items, all trinkets, all helmets, all armor is now portal armor. There's no Slayer trinkets. There's no gladiator trinkets. It's all reset. The people that had more upgrades than others, there will be a portal pack, and I'm not sending that out until the portal goes live because I don't want you to use it right now. So it's going to be stacked in 4 different categories. There's going to be our players that had every piece of armor, ton of stuff. They're going to get tier 1 compensation package. There's going to be players that have most of the gear, most of the pets. They'll get a tier 2 compensation package. Then there'll be a tier 3 and a tier 4. Everybody will at least get one of those. But those compensation packages will take into account upgrades and items and various things. So to give you a few more upgrades and a bigger jump in the game. But there was no way to keep every set and every trinket and every slot active. Does that answer your question, Dow? Yes. Everything that is on there now is gone. If it is something in your inventory, it'll be nerfed. If it is a specialty gem and you know what it is, like for example, it's a sunburst, those stats will be redone and you can keep the sunburst on it. If you have a specialty gem on there that has been taken out of your inventory, then when you get the stats for the inventory, you can reapply it. If it's something that was not removed in your inventory, just add it to it. Because those gems will be destroyed once we get into Portal, once you put it in the actual item. Does that answer your question, Tammy? Now, for the most part, most of those gems are going to be gone because we haven't done an inventory in 2 months. So a lot of those new items that came out, most of that stuff is probably either destroyed or cycled out. So if somebody had a sunburst on a Slayer helmet, or if they had it on a Slayer trinket, it's a portal trinket. And there'll be a alpha trinket that'll come out. But they will have abilities on them. All right. Any more questions? Go ahead. I'll stick around a little bit longer if you guys have more questions. All I got going on is a purge and a swarm raid. All right, all right, so I'm going to ask one more question, one more time. Give me a 999 if you feel like you've got a full grasp of purge, inventory, upgrades, how it's going to work, what you get to keep, all of those things. Weapons and legendaries and stats will still be stronger in those type of stats than other weapons will. Like, you're not going to have a Fangs or a Redbeard that's going to be stronger than upgraded weapons. But the weapons will not scale so high that they're going to go and destroy a brand new player in one hit. It'll feel very, very similar to where it is now. Maybe not Monday. Monday's probably going to be a little more nerf field, but by Wednesday, by the following Monday, by the following Wednesday, you're going to feel the same advantages that you feel right now. There's no difference between 6 and 10 and 600 and 1,000. It's the same percentage. And I'm looking at it in percentage basis. If anything, I may have to put modifiers on AP gear because my fear is that AP is going to be stronger than damage, and it should not be that much stronger than damage. Damage is to health what AP is to base, but if AP is super, super strong, it needs to be nerfed. Because we just, as much as we like AP and we like to go in and kill other players, we can't allow the game to get to a point where I'm wearing the same set of gear this person is, but they can still hit me and kill me in one hit. So it won't be that extreme, but on a bad day, it takes a player 3 hits to kill a player. It's not going to take 3 hits for top geared players to kill average geared players. It's probably 1.5, maybe 2. You should be afraid of AP as a player. You should be trying to prevent it. It's the strongest ability in the game, and it's meant to be that way because damage is universal. So I'll be working on that compression, and same things with super weapons. We have about 5 weapons in the game that are much better than other weapons. They will still have a super weapon feel to them, but they're going to be in the 20s and 30s probably. I don't have the exact math for those yet. I got the math for the portal, so now you have that. You can plan that out. You can plan all 17 pieces are going to be those stats. I'll give you the abilities by Wednesday. Each will have an ability, and it'll be probably either one or the other, one that was on the red or the one that was on, and I'll alternate. So you'll have some diversity in class. Like, very likely Shatter will stay on there. So players who were AP that did not have Shatter, everybody will probably have Shatter now. But remember, you can't unlock these abilities unless you have the new set piece. So there might be some people have the stats from this, but you could have 1 or 2 players in your faction that won't be using gear abilities until. But they will get the full benefit of the stats. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. About 45 minutes of going over gear. I will be working with a couple people tomorrow on the portal, just a small group. testing a few things. I'll also be doing some more of the purge. And then by next Sunday, you'll get an inventory, and it'll all make sense. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for being a part of the story tonight. Thank you for your patience as we roll this out. It's a huge undertaking, and it's going to be wild whenever we have it at our disposal. We can use it, and a lot of these growing pains it'll all make sense, and you'll understand why we did it. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night for swarm raids.
Gotta count to 10. Don't know if I wanna go through this again. Why am I